Since the birth of rock and roll in the business of music, the model was to come with singles. Hit singles was the goal. But as an acclaimed 1960s session guitarist and producer of fellow British bands, he knew the game and decided that with his new band, Led Zeppelin, it wasn't the game he wanted to play. I asked Jimmy Page about that. Many bands, and clearly the business of music, is focused on the elusive hit single. What was it about? Because you'd produced singles, some were hits, some weren't hits. Why did you
in the past?
Yeah,
you
produced for Immediate, previous to Zeppelin.
Well, the whole point was, I'd had an experience with the Yardbirds, with Mickey Most, where I really learnt from it. And what it was that they were trying to stick a square peg into a round hole, with the Yardbirds doing singles, where the music was a total antithesis of what the music was being played on the road and in all the whole of the underground venues and all of that across the States and in Canada and the whole works. I'd seen that as being really unpalatable, but I could also see the point that if you did an album, or let's put it this way, if you did a single, then the next single, the way they did these things in those days, was that it sounded sort of similar. There was a serious point of reference so that people could comfortably get into the second single and go, oh, I know that's such and such a band, or if they didn't, by the third single they would, because it's such a format that by the seventh single it's boring. But the thing was, if you're going to do an album, and you got singles off of the album in those days, when you do the next album, you've got to have that point of reference back. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to be doing things that were fresh for each time that we were recording.
And it was far more representative when you went on the road.
Of course, it was far more representative, and so we could. It was more expansive. You could expand more than being. I didn't really want to be held back in any areas whatsoever.